A few days ago, I posted a video about the local elections taking place in England, with the prediction that the Labour Party might take a bit of a kicking. And generally speaking, I steer clear of politics on this channel, but I have never seen anything like this, because the Reform Party, with its handful of MPs, and Reform UK are branded by the Labour government and the mainstream media as far-right racists. Although, to be fair, in Keir Starmer's Britain, anyone who doesn't go along with Labour policy to the letter is called a far-right racist, and for fuck's sake, don't comment about it on social media, because there's a fair chance that the police, Starmer's stormtroopers, will kick your door in and cart you off to jail. Anyway, the Reform Party, in these local elections, now has more local councillors than the Labour government and the Conservatives, the official opposition, combined. So, strangely, the last couple of days in the UK feel a bit like the last few months in the USA, in as much as, over in the New World, supporters of Kamala Harris assume that everyone who voted for Trump must be a fully paid up, card-carrying member of the KKK. Whereas here in the UK, woke lefties are assuming that anyone who voted for reform, and millions of people voted for reform, must all be racist, knuckle-dragging troglodytes. Although, to be fair, a woke person won't have that large of a vocabulary. And the weird thing is that woke people simply are unable to process the idea that someone else might have a different opinion to them.
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, what's happening? What's happening, love, is that the British, and the thing I hate most about being British is we are so fucking tolerant. Oh, do you want to come into our country? Oh, you've come here illegally? That's fine. Why not live in a luxury hotel for a few years? Oh, you also sell drugs and diddle kids? That's absolutely fine. The tolerant Brits have been pushed so far that enough is enough. Every fucking day, hundreds of military-aged young men come across the channel illegally. And we know that when they get here, crime rates shoot through the fucking roof. And we're sick of the overt Islamification of the United Kingdom. Britain is a Christian country. Why do we have to accept a religion, and I don't believe it is a religion, that won't assimilate with the rest of us? Why do we have to integrate with it? In my opinion, Islam isn't a religion. It is a 7th century death cult. So anyway, that's a woke person. Let's see someone more patriotic.
We want Stormy out! We want Stormy out! We want Stormy out!
Look at all those far-right bastards standing around peacefully, waving the Union flag and the other flags that make up the countries of the United Kingdom. To be honest, I'm surprised the police didn't pop over to Northern Ireland and borrow some water cannons, because clearly that was far-right fascism, unlike the pro-Palestine marches that take place every weekend in the UK, where people peacefully scream for the genocide of the Jews. As an aside, I'm considering buying a Korean car. Maybe an SUV like a Kia Sportage, or a compact car like a Kia Picanto. What I really want is a car that turns out lies and bullshit, and apparently runs on backhanders from a dodgy Muslim lord. The car I want is a Keir Starmer. Anyway, what's next for the government in general following these crushing defeats in the local elections? Well, the Conservatives lost way more councillors than the Labour Party, so I'm guessing that the writing's on the wall for Kemi Badenoch. To be blunt, I thought she'd be ousted anyway before the next general election, replaced with Robert Jenrick, who, to be blunt, is a better politician. Slightly controversially, Kemi, as good as she is, I thought she was always just a box tick. And the Tories are great at doing that, because Keir Starmer could never mention anything against the Conservatives about racism or sexism when his opposition is a black woman whose parents came from Nigeria. Now I've said that about Kemi, fuck it, I'll go all in. Because the Labour Party's box tick, Diane Abbott, Jeremy Corbyn's ex-lover, and Jeremy Corbyn, former leader of the Labour Party, who amazingly never got elected as Prime Minister, almost as if the British people didn't want to vote for an anti-Semitic communist on first-name terms with Hezbollah and the IRA. Anyway, Diane Abbott, the mastermind, has given her own opinion on the local election results.
Learn the lesson from what has happened last night and today, but if we don't, we are going to find ourselves in a very politically vulnerable position.
A politically vulnerable position. So Abbott not only famously cannot do numbers and mathematics, she also invents fucking words. Abbott has been controversial for years because she comes across as thick as shit, as well as being overtly racist to anyone this colour. And Starmer's response? Oh, we need more change. Keir, you steaming pile of fetid badger turds. The change we need is a different Prime Minister, preferably a whole new government. You utter knob cheese, fuck yourself off. Of course, things couldn't get any worse for the Labour government. That's a total lie, they did. Last week, in the House of Commons, the independent MP Rupert Lowe and Robert Jenrick of the Conservatives both mentioned a Channel 4 documentary about Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. This was the response of the Leader of the House, Labour MP Lucy Powell.
I don't know whether you saw the documentary on Channel 4 about rape gangs over
No,
this
we want to blow that little trumpet now, do we? Yeah,
there,
okay.
there was a real issue
Let's get that dog whistle out, shall we?
Okay, Lucy. Yeah. The councils, there were so many people who were so afraid for good. Can I just finish the point, just for one minute?
Finish that point, Tim, and then I'll bring in Helen.
Look, there were so many people in local government, in the authorities, who, for good reasons, were worried about upsetting community tensions, that those girls went undefended. Now, there were good reasons for it, but no one has still been brought to justice for that. So you tell me, Lucy, that this isn't a culture in local government. It's just not true.
Dear. Helen Morgan?
Blow that little trumpet, get out that dog whistle. In response to a problem that's been going on for over 30 years, the almost industrialised rape, torture and in some cases murder of white and Sikh girls by followers of the religion of peace. To trivialise it so much, to call it a fucking dog whistle when local authorities and police forces are terrified to intervene because they'll be labelled as fucking racist. Lucy Powell has now apologised, but sorry, that isn't good enough. If Keir Starmer had any credibility, had any intelligence, any common fucking sense, which he doesn't, he would sack her on the spot. Starmer, read the fucking room. The public hate you. But Labour has form for this. Here is a list of 52 Labour members who've been nicked for paedophilia, and also a quote from Labour MP Naz Shah. She liked a tweet that read, "Those abused girls in Rotherham and elsewhere just need to shut their mouths for the good of diversity." Diversity. Sir Keir Starmer, I implore you, do the decent thing and fall on your sword. Clearly you are not up to the job. You sound like Zippy from Rainbow and look like a waxwork dummy that's been left next to a radiator. On behalf of the British people, I believe I say honestly, we want you to just fuck off. And when you get there, fuck off again. And keep fucking and offing until you find a place with no fucks and offs left. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you could leave a like or a comment, that helps the algorithm. If you'd like to support me in making these videos, there's links to Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee. And as ever, thanks for watching. My throat's just gone. A few days ago, I posted... That angle's wrong. Days ago, I posted a video about the local elections taking place here in England, which I was not eligible... Bucket. What's happening? What's happening, love, is for the first time in your life, you're having to look outside of your fucking echo chamber. That is the opinion of the vast majority of us tolerant British people. We have forgotten the next line. A car like a Kia Picanto. I want a car that runs on lies and bullshit. Fuck it, I got the wrong way round. Kia Picanto. Or maybe I could get a larger car. Something that spews out lies and bullshit and runs on, allegedly, dodgy handouts from a fuck it, bollocks. The wife and I booked a holiday yesterday for next year. We're off to Tenerife. I might come back to Britain in a small boat. Don't have 3 years in the fucking... bollocks. Sir Keir Starmer, read the fucking room. No one likes you. No one. The British public, your own party fucking hate you. I'm at a loss for words.